Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, we're live. Okay, okay, okay. Testing everything is working. Let me just have a look here. Nice. Okay, well, live. Hey everyone, welcome to the video here where I'm gonna share with you the fasting experience that I'm introducing and inviting you for here in May month, starting tomorrow. Yep, so that's right. I forgot to set up the event here on Facebook, invite you all in for the fasting, but it starts tomorrow. So if you are a fast on track and you want to get going with your fasting experience and have the benefits right away, you can jump in tomorrow, answer down this video here, or give me a message, give me a heads up that you want to join, and I'll bring you aboard. I made an extra second round option open if you want to join later on the 14th of May. We're going to have a similar introduction as this one here, starting our fast on the 15th for everyone who are ready to have support and want to have me along the side when they are doing their fasting and all the extra stuff that I can bring for that. So 15th of May, starting the fast, 14th of May, we're going to have a talk about it. Yeah, but welcome here for this video. I'm going to talk through what it means to fast, what it's done for me, what you can expect from it, and some of the science that we have already ongoing on what happens in the body, how it benefits us. So yeah, let's jump into it. I'm going to share my screen on and off here. So first I'm just gonna, if that's possible on, if that's not possible, that will be a little bit of an issue for me. I have some things I wanted to show you. Okay, interesting. Okay, should be live. Webcam here. Start screen share. Can't do that. Interesting. Okay, Facebook Live. Haven't made that switch yet. Okay, that's a new. Well, then you'll have to have a look at me and that exciting energy that I can bring here. So first off, I want to share what is fasting really. And fasting is when we stop putting anything into the mouth. We don't put anything in, that's a fast. So right now you're likely fasting. Now when I have a glass of water, I actually broke the fast, the real fast, right? I had water inside the body. Some of the systems in the body is going to take care of that water. The fast that we want to do here tomorrow and on the 15th is a mixture of a water fast where we can have water, and also we benefit from different kinds of teas and possibly bone broth for those of you who wants to go for a longer period. I will do a little posting here. How come? Okay. Okay. Choo, choo, choo. Interesting. Comment here. So commenting on the video here. If you want to sign up for this event, I have it here for you. Still a little bit surprised that I can't share my screen if I didn't do that from the beginning, but that's just the way we flow here on Facebook. Okay, so the link here, that's where you can sign up. It should be in the comments now. My story of fasting, first off, was back in 2011. 2011? Yep. Reading a book by Dan Millman. And in that book, it's about a gymnast, and he meets this guy who wants to train him to improve life overall, not just as a gymnast, but just that overall improvement in life. And he suggests for him to have a 7-day fast. That's what's written in the book, anyways. And when I read that, I decided, you know what, I'm going to try that out as well. So without any preparation, without any concern or any extra thought, I just the day after jumped into the fast. And first day, easy. Actually went pretty well. Of course, that's a new experience, not to eat anything, but the focus and the mentality was there. The mindset was set. Second day, felt horrible. Felt like really what is going on inside my body. The hunger pains did not increase that much. That was the worst on the last part of day one. So not really hunger pains, but it's just the body started cleansing itself, and I could feel that. So that was the second day, got through that one. Third day, I started to have somewhat more energy. Actually, already on the third day, I started to have more energy, which was a surprise for me. But then what happened, actually, I started to have some more fear inside. The thought about what's actually, is it ruining my body or is it getting better? I was losing weight already. The sleep at night was very short, no long sleep patterns or anything like that. So the, the fears that I had unconsciously started to pop up. And that's actually, I'm going to come into that a little bit later, but that's one of the benefits with fasting that most don't expect, right? We just stop eating, but we actually get in touch with what's happening also on the mental plane, on the emotional plane. Anyways, this is a 7 days fast. So on day 4, I had tons of energy. I had so much energy. I went out for a run, went out for a full body workout. That's 4 days of fasting, only water. And I could actually do more in my body weight training that I'd done before. And my body started to feel light. My ligaments felt very good. I do have an ankle, which is from a motorcycle accident, which has been broken. And that one started to feel really good. So all the body started to feel really light, easygoing. My mind was clear and thought patterns had changed. So very stable energy. I went out for that run, body exercises, felt great, came back. And that evening I felt the first real period of real tired. I felt the body took a little bit of a toll because I'd been exercising so hard. Um, and then I read that you can actually have a little bit of a tea, a cup of tea, diluted tea. So on the 4th day, I started to have a little bit of tea, partially tea, with a little bit of lemon, diluted, to help the kidneys. This is later on I discovered that's what it supports. It helps the kidneys, but also gives a little bit of iron, gives a little bit of minerals for the body to have just a little bit. Not enough to break the fast, still having all the benefits, but just a little bit to not damaging the body because it's a long fast. Day 5 went also great. Now a little bit more tiredness and the body started to feel really thin. Really thin for me. I had lost about 5 kilos there. Likely lots of it was just what was in the bowels, right? Which is a fun experience as well. You stop going to the toilet, so that's quite fun, at least for, the second part of it, the toilet part. So day 5 going pretty well. Day 6, here I really started to have that, okay, I'm glad this fast is just going to end soon. I'm going to have my orange, which is how I ended my fast. So late on day 6, so I didn't go full 7 days. Late on day 6, I had my orange. The whole body relaxed when I had that orange, and then back into eating again, which also caused a lot of trial and error, let's call it that. But there's a lot of things going to it when we start fasting. It's not just stop eating and then start eating again. There are some considerations to make, and so that was my fasting story in short. What really happened that made the biggest difference, and why I have continued to support fasting and helping people out fasting, perhaps also you, is my grass allergy was gone. So I had really harsh grass allergies. My eyes would run into water, my nose would be stuffed. And in that time, there was also some stress going on. Of course, that's not really helpful. But at that time, I even took pills for it. And I also tried a hormone spray for the nose, which really didn't help that much. but the fasting did. The fasting also helped me to clean my diet much more. I didn't have the same interest in sugar, didn't have the same interest in eating foods that was processed as much. So actually I didn't make a diet change after the first fast because I was now focused on what foods actually brings me energy and what foods are more indulgence. You know, this, it tastes great, but I feel like shit afterwards, right? And I had been eating a lot of those apparently. So yeah, that's one of the things there that surprised me, that we can actually have that change in the body with just 7 days, 6 to 7 days of fasting. Ongoing to now, so I wish I could show you my presentation here. Ongoing to now, the lessons that I learned from my first just jumping into the fast was it's a good idea to prepare a bit. You need to prepare just a little bit before you jump into the fast. That will make it a lot easier for you. And there are things we can do during the fast that helps us to go through it much more effortlessly, get more benefit from it, and get to really know what's going on our deeper levels of the emotional and mental planes. So during the guided fasts, if you're gonna join along, I help everyone to become more meditative. We have guided sessions for becoming more meditative. That means that you have a more relaxed attitude to what's going on in your body and in your mind, so you can interact with it from a place of a grounded stillness and inner peace, right? Which is a lot more fun than the reactive old patterns. So breath work is also very beneficial. So when emotion starts to happen and show up, some of us has blocked emotions, right, in the gut or in the stomach because we've been eating all the time, right? The Western society is like you can eat anywhere you go. If you go into town, any place, you can buy food all over the place. So many of us have this unconscious habit of eating all the time, which is not really beneficial for the body. So the emotional cover up by eating will show up when we fast. And I have tools and techniques that can benefit that. Yeah. So that was my fast there, and the lessons that I learned from it, that's of course what we're going to enjoy during our fasting together when I guide people through it, and you potentially. The second part is when we start eating again, you can't just start eating anything that you'd like. You have to go slow, and you have to introduce foods. First fruit. Fruit is very easy digestible for the body. And then you can salads, nuts, seeds, and go on and build a diet that you'd like for yourself, for the goals that you have, but also to get to know your body, what really works for your body, what brings energy and what takes energy. So there's a process with that after the fast. So you're also going to learn about that during our time together. Okay, so that was pretty much what I wanted to share from my experience with it. Let's jump into the science. I do have a picture here, and I'll see if I can. I'll put that picture down below after the video here, so you'll have to just listen through to capture it. So the science tells us that three major things starts happening in the body when we stop eating. So the first 6 to 8 hours, not much is happening. But after 12 hours of not eating, there's an increase of, so 12 hours, 12 hours, there's an increase in the human growth hormone. The human growth hormone increases to support the ongoing of the body, the muscles, and the tissue and everything that needs to be protected and keep going. Even though there's no food, that human growth hormone helps to protect, but also to keep those processes going. So that increases. At the same time, about 18 hours, maybe more for you if it's the first time, because as long as there's food in the gut, the stomach, it will still attract energy from there. But when there's no more energy there, it can happen after 18 hours, maybe 24 hours. autophagy starts. And there's a lot of science going on the last five, 5 years on autophagy. And autophagy really means that the body doesn't get the nutrition from what we eat. Instead, it gets the nutrition from what is inside the body already here. And at first, back then when I did it, people were scared that it's going to eat the muscle, right? It's going to eat the muscle tissue, it's going to eat everything that's healthy, and your body gets weaker. But that's not the case. This is a very intelligent system, the body. And what it does is it actually starts eating and cleaning the cells that are not really functional. So that means inflammation goes down, joint pain go down, because it starts eating everything that's not really fully functional. That means inflammation, cells out of frequency of what's healthy. It starts taking those and recycling them. So that's awesome, right? So you start to get energy after about a days of fast, and that cleaning feels really good afterwards. If it's the first time, I mean, then you will feel a little bit of, what kind of energy have you stored? What have you been eating the last, 2 or 3 years? Everything will pop up. But that cleaning actually helps the age to go down. You'll see your skin gets more clear on the body. If you are struggling with acne or things like that, that will start to cleanse as well. Joint pains, I mentioned those before, that will start to cleanse as well and become less. Okay? Counterintuitive, right? Because we're not eating, so how come the body starts to feel better? How can it support it? But that's what happens. So that was human growth hormone, the first thing that kicks in during fasting. Second is autophagy, right? So after autophagy, the cell renewal, that will continue going. So it's not like 18 hours autophagy and then it drops after 24 hours. It keeps on increasing, going up, and more effective, reaching a peak about 2 or 3 days in, and still ongoing. But after about 24 to 48 hours, that's the second day of fast, starting third day, the liver in the right side of your body there, it has a lot of glycogen, so that's sugars. And it will release the glycogen, so you'll feel that boost of energy. That's what I talked about in my own experience. Suddenly I felt like a big boost of energy on the third day. Whoa, feeling great, feeling awesome. And or was it on the fourth? Somewhere around those terms. It's different from body to body. When the liver is completely depleted of glycogen, that's when the body activates something called stem cells. So that's the third real kick that the body does to help regenerate and renew everything. When the stem cell activates, your immune system starts to restore itself back to fully functional. So stem cell activation, stem cells, you can see them as free agents that just laying dormant, waiting, and when fasting happens, or you can activate them other ways also, but they will wake up, and wherever it's needed, it might be for the brain, it might be for your heart, the liver, maybe your knees or ankle in my part, but the stem cells will go where it's needed for them, right? So you'll feel full rejuvenation in your body. And that happens on the 24-hour mark, going 48 hours. And it helps with inflammation, of course, going down. It helps the gut healing, the linen of your intestines as well. The heart health goes up, age goes a lot down, brain health goes up. You'll also notice mental fog will go down and you'll have more clarity. My vision personally improves. I can see better on a long distance. And the body starts to run on ketones, so that's fat energy. It runs on fat energy rather than glucose energy. So that will be experienced as a stable energy. You'll have that stability in your energy. But in my personal case, I felt like I couldn't do these fast runs, or I couldn't just move fast. There was no idea of rushing anything. It's just a steady flow. We're going to do this, we're going to do that. Also emotionally, there was not like, and I go down, and more stable energy there. So that's pretty much what we want to achieve with our fast. Of course, there's you lose weight with the body. It's gonna use your fat also for energy usage, but that's what you drop in weight usually goes back on. If you go back to the same diet, you go back to the same mindset. So it's not really the purpose to lose weight as such, but it's a great way to use fasting to cleanse the body and get more awareness of what really benefits the body and no longer take in what doesn't. So it's a good mindset shift like that. Yeah, so that's pretty much what's going on in the body of the activation. And in 72 hours, we're going to reach almost the peak of everything there, the autophagy, the human growth hormone, and stem cell activation. That will peak after about 72 hours and keep on going for some time, up to 7 days, what I've read of the studies anyways. So yeah, that's what happens in the body and the benefits with it. Again, I'm going to share from my personal experience and those people that I've had along, is especially allergies goes down. I've even had people who had severe grass allergy and then started fasting, and after 2 days it just went down. So if you struggle with grass allergy, if you jumped in here in the video now, I got allergies, I would like them to go away, I can recommend fasting. Another thing was the immune system boost, right? After that, the immune system is back on track, clean. And if you don't introduce sugar, and we're going to talk more about that in the group during the fast, but sugar, especially refined sugar, not what you find in fruits and such, or honey, but refined sugar. Recently, tests have shown that when we eat that, the immune system is actually suppressed 45 minutes or more after we eat sugars. So you will notice how it feels in the body when you've been fasting and then reintroduce the foods that you usually ate before. I don't recommend it, but you will, if you try that out, you will see how much you put in your body and ignored of symptoms, that it shows you how it affects it. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to share about the science. We have human growth hormone. You can actually expect to be a little bit stronger after the fast. So that's also unexpected or counterintuitive, right? You're not eating anything. You can also expect to feel better in your joints. You can also expect to have improved immune system and overall well-being. And inside the guided version of the fasting, which I do together with people, we also learn how to massage certain things, how to manipulate our energies through breath work and focus, so we feel better and have more of that stable energy as we reintroduce foods. Okay, so what can you expect, right? So this is the science, that's my personal experience. What can you expect inside the fasting and the group if you want to join along that? Well, if you're going to start fasting today, you can expect to have a day where you will be noticing how your stomach mainly are preparing for foods on the regular times that you usually eat. So you will feel that hunger pain, ghrelin, which is the hormone that creates that feeling of, okay, the body is ready for food now. You will feel that. You will also feel your mindset with that feeling. Okay, so every feeling, the mind has a reaction to it. So whatever that reaction is, you will notice that and learn about that. And you'll have to deal with it. Another thing you'll notice when you stop eating is likely how you have chosen by society's pressure, family pressure, friends pressure, how you interact with people. If the setting is always to eat something together or drink something together, or it's always something, putting something in the body together, you'll notice, oh, that's a new area to meet people, to be around, how people are doing, feeling and such, because your senses will kick in, right? You will notice everything much more when you're doing your fast. So that's another thing to expect. Your senses will go up. You'll be able to smell things when you go out shopping that you wouldn't be able to smell before. Likely your house will also start to feel different, which is a very interesting experience when you adopt a meditative state with it. It can also be fearful, it can also be frightening if you don't know and have the right tools to navigate that space. So that's what you can expect. On the second, third day, there you will expect that the body will really start the cleansing process. And when it makes that transition, if it's the first time, because the flexibility in your system is not there yet, the first time you do it, it will feel a little bit of straining, maybe a little fatigue in the morning or maybe the midday, whenever the shift happens. But when you know how to handle that, it won't drag you down in your mindset and your focus and your determination. But you will experience that transition. And after that, you will likely experience what most do is an increased mental clarity, great ideas about foods that you can make and eat, but also just this self-inquiry, self-introspection. What's really important for me these days when I don't eat? How much have I been coping, not listening to my dreams, my true desires, and just put in some food instead and feeling okay with that? So those old dreams or things you have neglected, that will likely show up so you can make a conscious decision with it. So that's what you can expect, and that's the great part with doing it together, because we can share these things and we can have an honest, clear look at it. Okay, so that's what I wanted to introduce for you here. I will ask you before you sign up to consider, is 3 or 5 days the right fit for you? What will be the right fit for you? And I'd say if it's the first time you ever do it, go for 3 days. Just set that goal for yourself, make it clear, have a talk with me before, maybe your situation, maybe you're on some medications that we need to have a look at before you go. But I would suggest you get great benefits from 3 days. But 5 days, I did personally the 7-day fast first, or went for that, did 6.5 days. And that was the right fit for me back then. I really needed a full cleanse, full reset of my system. So if you feel, you know what, I'm going to do it right the first time, I'm going to allow my body to have the time to heal up, to cleanse out what you've done with it over the past 10, 20 years, 5 days will be the right fit. And we do add in some ways that you can introduce foods slowly on day 4, day 5 in this group experience here. So it won't be so straining on your energies, not so straining on the body, but still with the benefits. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go through some Q&A here. I don't see anyone have written anything yet in the comments, likely because I just advertised yesterday that I was going to do this. Anyways, so excited about fasting, I forget to invite people to it. Awesome. Okay. Before the Q&A, just want to make sure you understand that having the support going through the fasting experience and have someone to share with what's going on within and the mind is a boost of 80 to 90% of the chances of you succeeding with your goals and having the full benefit of a fasting experience the first time. So I recommend that you join us, and you can do that on the link somewhere over here. There's a joining there, and you can write, of course, in the comment if you want to talk with me beforehand. Okay, so the Q&A. Let's have a look here. First one that I get a lot is one of my students as well. Is fasting safe? Is it okay to fast? And I'd say for most adults, healthy adults, yes, fasting is completely safe. In fact, it has tremendous benefits. Not that you have to do it all the time, but of course, if you do it with proper preparation and support, fasting is safe. Usually I'd prepare your body a little bit before you go into the fast and hear what's going on, but it's safe, yeah. I do recommend, of course, check in with your doctor. If you have some uncertainties about things, check in with your doctor and hear them. But then again, I will also talk with you personally if you like to hear my experience with it, wisdom with it as well, because I've done this many times now. Also had plenty of different kinds of people with me. And it's a full moon tomorrow, right? So if you jump along right away tomorrow, do the fast. That will be the most intense experience you can have. And for all the women out there, if you're having your period there, don't recommend starting it on that one. Make that pass, do it in the middle of it. So next question, will I lose muscle? I can comment over here so you can see what I'm answering. Is it safe to fast? Question. And the next one is, will I lose muscle? And that was actually the one that I was afraid of when I started my fast the first time. Am I going to lose muscle? Also for this fast, you can see the body here. It's not like there's a lot of fat on my body, right? It's muscular and low fat, and I've always pretty much had my body in a low fat state. And it still feels okay for me to do fast, prolonged fasting though. I am looking forward for my bulletproof coffee tomorrow to kickstart my fast, which is a great way and it feels good. Yeah. Answering the question, will I lose muscle? So one of the biggest myths about fasting is you're going to lose your muscle, you're going to lose all the gains that you made, and then you have to rebuild. And it's completely bullock. It's not true. In fact, and I've heard this also from MMA fighters that's done the fasting and tried this out, they increased their muscle during the fast even. So they do it on a regular basis, and that's their experience with it. So no, you will not lose muscles. What happens is the human growth hormone goes in protecting the healthy skin and actually helps to rebuild and improve muscle repair and also muscle growth. So short-term fasting does not cause muscle loss. What it does cause is fat burning and also autophagy, that's cellular renewal, right? It will renew your cells, you'll see it on your skin, you'll see it on everything, and your energy. That's what it really causes. Now, if you continue fasting, there is a time, a sweet spot where you will start to tax the body. It has no more fuel to go on, and you'll go in a deprived state and a survival mode in your body. And the benefits will start to drop there. So just bear that in mind. But 3 to 5 days, not a worry. Next question. I have never fasted before. Is this for me? Okay. So you never fasted before. Okay, gotcha. Is this fast for you? Well, doesn't matter if you fasted before. This fast here is for you who wants to make a change in your life. You want to, usually what people want to when they join a fast here, they want to lose weight. Why do they want to lose weight? Because they don't feel good. They have no well-being. Maybe even their self-confidence, self-image, self-idea is low, right? So the mindset is off track. And they want to change it. And fasting is one of the most direct way you can cleanse out negative thoughts, the body, and return back with a healthy, focused mind doing something that feels good for you. So if you've never fasted before, is this for you? I recommend that you join a group, join someone who fasted before, get their wisdom, get their guidance, so you can be more relaxed, you can understand the symptoms when they pop up, you have someone to talk with. And as I said in the earlier, this will increase your chances of going through the entire fast and not skipping because of fear, because of doubt, because of misunderstandings. So 80 to 90% chance of succeeding instead of maybe you're talking 50, 60%, right? Um, so yeah, most of the people that I guide fasting, it's the first time, and it definitely helps. Um, Next question. What if I cannot make it past day one? Right? So people's fears usually pop up when they start something new. What if I can't make it past day one? Well, then you succeeded one day fast, and that's it. And we will learn from that. We will see what actually caused you to stop. Might be good. It might be actually be something that we were unaware of, and we recognized it, and we saw it, and that was your perfect fit. But fasting is not something that you should force yourself through. It's an option, it's an invitation, and then you learn to become aware of everything what's going on, and you'll still have the guidance and the support for the full time of our fasting workshop. And learning also to see your successes instead of the goals that you set for yourself that you didn't reach. So we encourage daily mini successes, mini habits, more so than reaching one goal and then the next. So yeah, we are not about perfection. We are about doing, learning from doing, and having experience of what your body can do when you give it the space and the right guidance. So yeah, I hope that answered the question. What if I cannot make it past day one? When then you get day one first. I had someone who was eating every 3 hours. Like, oh, if I don't get to eat, then oof, that was fearful. And we went first times 36 hours fast, and that was it. And that encouraged actually the one to go again. Okay, it was actually easier than expected. That was the mindset afterwards. So next time we actually succeeded in a 72 fast, and she has also been ongoing for 7 days fasts. So okay. Next question. What about the second round in May? So I introduced this a little bit late for the fasting, also for my yoga local workshop here in Denmark. We got a fast starting Friday. Oh, that's not possible for us. So I have made a second round for all of you who can't make it already from tomorrow. On the 15th of May, everyone meets up. We're going to have that talk. What's the right goal for you? What is the right fast for you? And the introduction, similar to this one, I'm going to hold it on Zoom because I can't present everything that I want. But I will be on Zoom on the 14th of May. So yeah, if it doesn't work for you to start the fast right away, and you still want to do it with us, then the 14th, whoop, woo, 14th of May, introduction, we start the 15th, and there are two available tracks for you. I call them tracks. There's a 3-day fast and that guidance and what that entails. And then we have the long 5 days fast. And everyone will learn how to prepare for it. If you know already you want to join, book your spot so you can get preparation going right away. And we do follow up as well. And also what I have with is you have continuous guidance and support with me. You can write me, chat with me. Every morning I'm going to do a guided meditation. We're going to have a group meeting also telling how it's going. You don't have to show up, but of course, everyone who shows up supports everyone, shares their experience. It's a really nice way to get together for something important for all of us and sharing also the vulnerability, honesty, and what's going on. So I can recommend even that experience by itself is worth the money. Yeah, that's what I wanted to answer. What about the second round in May? That's the 14th. You can comment below, get more info, and you can also register in the comment section. It says fastingworkshop.meetmira.life. Just go in there. There you can sign up. There's a little question for you so I get to know you. I'll reach out and we have a talk. So it's the right fit. Okay, that's the Q&A I had here. Thank you for watching this time. I see I've been rambling for 37 minutes here. Scroll back and forth, see if you find anything that's important that you like about this. Yeah, I recommend fasting. If you have done it before, it's going to be a life changer, truly. Allergies, if you have just symptoms like that, that will be, for me at least, completely erased. I do recommend a follow-up fasting schedule where you take 1 day off once a month at the close to the full moon or the new moon, just to keep the body at time to cleanse. But yeah, I do recommend fasting. It has made benefits for me, tremendous benefits, and for all of them who have tried it out, great benefits, especially when it's guided. Yeah, that's all I had for you here. Thank you very much for watching. If you have questions, leave them in the comments. I'm going to read them all. You can also direct message me here on my profile. And yeah, have a great day. Have a wonderful time. Be watchful and aware of what you put in your mouth, what you eat, how is your energy going, and decide to have an awesome time. Feel great. That's possible. Not only during special events, but just here as we are. So, yeah. Thank you for you. Thank you for the time. And I'll see you. Take care.